What's up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, we're going to be going over ranking our top 10 centers right now in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, ranking them from 10 all the way up to number 1. Now, I just want to give a couple of honorable mentions. Like Jaren, I didn't include him on the power forward or center list. I really do like the card quite a bit. The other guy that's not going to make the cut today that I honestly don't hate is Patrick Ewing. I think especially defensively, Pat Ewing is one of the better centers that you can be running. Now, did want to include those guys just because, again, 10 is tough to really do. And again, these are two guys that you could have had on the top 10, but I personally obviously didn't include them. Now, coming in at number 10, I'm plugging in JxmyHighroller. Now, a shout out a little bit to JC for putting me on this card. I watched this tier list. You got to take the good with the bad with this card. He's going to shoot the ball incredibly well. However, his defense is very lackluster. And when I say his defense, I just mean like movement on the perimeter. So like I like to switch screens sometimes when I step up with centers. And I feel like with Big Z, that is not going to really be doable. I wish his steal rating was slightly higher. But let's talk about the best part about him. His release is good. He has an 82 3 ball and he is 7'3". You know, so like he's kind of like a mini KP in a way. Defensively, not obviously as good. But Big Z can absolutely play. So if you are in need at that center position, I do like JxmyHighroller. At my number 9, we're plugging in Dark Matter Shaquille O'Neal. Now, a couple of things I want to talk about. First thing is his 3-ball release, all of that combined. If you are running Shaq, you're probably going to struggle on a consistent basis to knock down shots with Shaquille O'Neal. That's just the truth. If you're running Shaq, you might struggle a little bit to consistently green shots. 7'1", 7'7" wingspan. Obviously, again, the 3-ball is lackluster. Defensively, he's one of the best centers in the game, if not the best. Like, defensively, I can't hate at all on Shaq. It's just offensively, he is not going to stretch the floor. Mind you, this card was insanely expensive. Another reason I will not hype up Shaquille O'Neal. Coming in at my number 8, granted, I don't use this card, is Greg Oden. I have never used this card, being honest with you. But the card is good. 7 feet tall, 79 3-ball. Release-wise, not necessarily the best, but it's okay. You know, 83 3-ball, good interior, good rebounder, good vertical. Like, there's just no flaws in Greg Oden. And I want to take you guys back to, what was it, 2K? There's no 2K19. In 2K19, guys, there was a really good Greg, no, yeah, it was 19. There's a really good Greg Oden card that literally was one of the top centers in the game. This Greg Oden is up there as well. At my number 7, Pink Diamond Joel Embiid. You talk about guys that have withstood the test of time. This Joel Embiid has. He came out, or was added at least, on November 12th. I don't know if that's, you know, when the card came out or if that's when 2KDB got up. All I know is I think he came out in season 1. Season 2, okay? You guys could see season 2 relatively early on in this top of the class drop. Obviously, with Dr. J, you know, you're looking at a card. Came out at the same drop as Jaren, and I like Jaren nearly just as much. But Joel Embiid has stood the test of time. The card is absolutely immaculate. And if you've got Joel Embiid and he's been your center for like the last couple of months, you've got a really good card and really good use out of him. I just don't think he's any better than Hakeem. I honestly think Hakeem Olajuwon slightly better than Joel Embiid. Big thing for me is Hakeem's just a little bit faster. I like Hakeem's release a little bit more. And so that's why I will hype up Hakeem compared to Joel Embiid. I do think Hakeem was on my power forward list as well. I think Hakeem's just versatile, guys. He's got a good release. Movement defensively is outstanding. Defensive badges are outstanding. His release isn't bad either. Give me Hakeem Olajuwon over Joel Embiid. And again, I know a lot of people might not love that from me, but that is the ultimate truth of it. Hakeem Olajuwon, the real deal in my team. At my number 5, I'm plugging in Galaxy Opal Wilt Chamberlain. Now, again, similar to Shaq, you've got to take the good with the bad. Pat Ewing on normal, basic dribble style. Is he better than Shaq? Honestly, I don't know. I think Wilt's player build's better. I think, you know, as far as rebounding defense, I like him slightly more. I just don't know, though. Like, you're looking at two guys in Shaq and Wilt that shooting-wise consistently are not going to knock down shots. You're looking at two guys that just don't feel as good as they should for today's era. Like, if you're comparing Wilt to Hakeem Olajuwon, I'm going to be honest. I think, you know, a lot of you guys are going to have more success with Hakeem. He can stretch the floor. He can knock down shots. And you're not, you're not always wondering, well, what am I going to do offensively? Because with Wilt, guess what? He is not going to shoot the ball at a consistent enough level that you don't have to worry about him. You're always going to have to worry where your offense is coming from with Wilt Chamberlain, and to me, that is definitely something to at least think about, at least, have in the back of your mind, is the fact that Wilt offensively is going to leave some, just a little bit to be desired. Coming in up next at my number 4, I'm plugging in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, why do I like Kareem more than Wilt? I think I want to start there. He's going to shoot the ball slightly better, but more importantly than anything, he's 7'2" compared to Wilt at 7'1". I think that has as much to do with it as anything else. 89 speed, again, good interior. Dunking the ball is going to be solid. Defensively, an absolute beast. So when I'm looking at Kareem and Wilt, I think both cards are good. I just give this slight edge to Kareem. I think, as far as an overall card, with him being 7'2", just a little bit cheesier on the court. I don't love his release. I wish his release was way quicker, but when you're looking at a complete card in Kareem and a complete card from Wilt, I just think Kareem gives you that slight edge. At my number 3, we're plugging in Pink Diamond Kristaps Porzingis. And you guys are probably watching this saying, Ty, KP at number 3, what are you talking about? Now, if that's you, I just want you guys to hear me out. And again, this is my opinion. I'm not sitting up here saying like I'm for sure right. I'm not sitting up here and saying like I obviously know more than you guys. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, hear me out and then, come to your own conclusion. For KP, he's 7'2", 7'6" wingspan. Obviously, shooting the ball is great. 93 speed. His release is fantastic. I have no issues with KP. I think offensively, he's the second best center in the game. However, defensively, he's pretty lackluster. I'm going to be honest with you. Very lackluster defensively. And that's why at my number 2, I'm plugging in Season 3 Ultimate Reward David Robinson. I think if you're comparing the cards, it's tough to make the case KP is better than D-Rob. I know he's an inch taller. I know he's got a better release. But outside of those two things, he doesn't do anything better. He's not going to dunk the ball better. He's not going to play better defense. He's, offensively, yes, going to shoot the ball better. But that's really it. And so when I'm ranking my top centers in the game, I am taking David Robinson over Kristaps Porzingis, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like that, but that's my truth. That's how I feel about the two cards. I think David Robinson on this game is an absolute beast, an absolute stud. And honestly, if you've got David Robinson, I'd go as far as saying there's no reason to run another center. At my number 1, we've got Victor Wembanyama, the best center in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Honestly, it's not even close. I like D-Rob as much as the next guy, but it's not close. Wemby is so much better than David Robinson. He's 7'4". He's got one of the best jumpers on the game for big men. Defensively, he's an absolute stud, an absolute beast. The difference between Wemby and D-Rob is bigger than the difference between D-Rob and like Greg Oden or Shaq. It's massive. And so if you can find a way to get Victor Wembanyama on your squad, trust me, you're going to like him, and trust me, he's the best card in the game. The problem with Wemby is he's a million coins. So good luck finding a way to get that many coins on this game in a game that, again, it's super, super, super tough to get that many coins. But that's going to wrap it up for my top 10 centers. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.